Focus viewers, on the face-off that's happened with China, an all-party meeting is underway in the national capital. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, who's been briefing the leaders of the opposition parties. This party is also having Sonia Gandhi, Mamta, KCR, Stalin are also part of the meeting. Let's quickly go across to my colleague and executive editor Abhishek Kapoor, who's joining us now. Abhishek, take us through the contours. What is going to be happening here? What all is happening? Tell us what's happening at the meeting. What are the details coming out?
Rhythm, 17 parties of opposition and other supporting parties, essentially all political parties that have more than 5 members of parliament in the parliament were called for this briefing. Prime Minister was there, Home Minister was there, Defence Minister was there, External Affairs Minister was there. The EAM actually made a presentation, and except for the unfortunate comments made by Congress President Sonia Gandhi and some anachronistic statements, I would say, made by the likes of Sitaram Yechuri and D. Raja of the communist left, almost entire spectrum of opposition supported the government. KCR of TRS, Telangana Rashtra Samiti, and of course the Chief Minister of Telangana said that he was satisfied with what the Modi government was doing. Conrad Sangma of the Northeast from Meghalaya, he said that the Chinese were really riled at the manner in which the government has taken up the border infrastructure works, and that we should be very cautious of what China is doing in Bangladesh and Myanmar. We have Nitish Kumar supporting, even Mamta Banerjee for that matter of Bengal, actually going out to say that this is not the time to discuss issues of discord in public or doubt in public, that we can discuss those questions internally. Sonia Gandhi, because had asked some questions about intelligence failure, about the timing of when this had happened, when the government came to know, on all those things, of which of course the answers were given by External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. Mayawati of the BSP very confidently said that whatever government has done is in the right spirit and that is how we should be supporting it. Sharad Pawar, interestingly, Rhythm, of the Nationalist Congress Party, an ally of the Congress, held a mirror to Rahul Gandhi by saying that the issue of whether soldiers were carrying arms or not is a matter of international treaties, and these are sensitive issues, should not be discussed in public platform. Effectively admonishing Rahul Gandhi, I would say. He has been a defence minister, he knows how sensitive these issues are. So in all, the entire broad spectrum of opposition coming out in support of the manner in which the government has really handled the China crisis, of course, after the briefing that they got from the government. This is clearly democracy at play, and for the world to see how vibrant we are, and a message to China that while you are a country which cannot even share the details of those who have died fighting for you, here we have a vibrant democracy which is discussing threadbare, even with opposition, as to what exactly has happened over the last month and a half and two with our borders with China.
And as Abhishek is getting us these exclusive details, Abhishek, the one question I want to ask you, there are certain parties that are trying to make this issue political. So the Congress efforts to politicize this has been trashed by other parties, like you mentioned, the Sikkim Mukti Morcha, and the other parties that have clearly spoken more in favor of democracy, more in favor of KCR Naveen, who have firmly stood behind the Prime Minister and efforts for a united front.
Yes, Rhythm, as I was saying, this is the beauty of a democracy where, irrespective of ideological divide, the political opposition is actually reflecting the sentiment of the people on the ground, and that is exactly the beauty of democracy, is that Mayawati might have certain ideological position, Mamata Banerjee in Bengal might be fighting tooth and nail with the BJP, but then she also understands and gets a message through feedback from her own cadres that on the issue of China, the nation has been betrayed, India has been betrayed, we have been backstabbed, and in that situation, for saying anything which can embarrass the government is not in the right spirit of democracy. Mamata Banerjee is someone who has been at the center, been minister for more than a decade. She understands how things really happen. Same with Sharad Pawar. He has been defense minister, a veteran, and he also knows the nuance of governance at the center, and also more crucially, matters of defense, having been the defense minister. KCR in Telangana, MK Stalin in Chennai, he said this is not the time for politics. Let's support whatever the government is doing, and we are fully satisfied with the answers that have been given. So in a way, this is India's democracy, federalism, cooperative federalism really panning out so beautifully for China to see. More importantly, because just 2 days back there was I would say stupid bureaucrat there who made a comment that India is also not a democracy the way it is projected to be because of some human rights issues here and there. Now, here is what true democracy is. The government of India goes out, invites the opposition, addresses them, explains to them, briefs them, and the opposition is satisfied despite in many states fighting tooth and nail against this government or the ruling party. And there is China, where they cannot even tell their own citizenry how many of their soldiers have laid down their life in that clash on June 15 in Galwan Valley. So I believe, irrespective of whatever Congress President Sonia Gandhi might have done, or for Sitaram Yechuri to continue to live in 1962, or for D. Raja to still, warn India of American bear hug rather than what China is doing, breathing fire and transgressing all lines and stabbing in the back. By and large, it seems that the opposition was in support of the government, more crucially satisfied with whatever presentation that were made by our ministers.
Abhishek, one question that I do want to ask here is on the Congress party, because you've been naming several political parties in the opposition that have been condemning China, praising Prime Minister's efforts despite being from different political backgrounds. But when it comes to Congress, the stark contrast with the questions that they are putting to the government, the kind of non-support and the very strange, narrow, opinionated line that they are taking continues to show a betrayal of the democratic values of the country and the lack of patriotic fervor that we are seeing once again from one of the main national opposition political parties in India.
You are right, Rizam. Now, let me just go into a bit of detail on what Sonia Gandhi's intervention was in the all-party meet. She said that this meeting should have been called earlier. Then she said that even at this late stage, we are in the dark. Congress has some specific questions about when exactly did the Chinese troops intrude, when did the government find out about the transgressions, does the government did not get satellite pictures, and then she goes on to say efforts should also have been made to talk politically. Now, do you think that the China crisis would be sorted out by talking to Congress party? I mean, Sonia Gandhi has enjoyed power without responsibility for 10 years between 2004 and 2014. And yet, I mean, she was close enough to understand how a government functions. Irrespective of the Sharm el-Sheikh fiasco, she understands the way in which the Ministry of External Affairs works. She understands, or she should understand, the way in which the Ministry of Defense works. And yet, if she is asking these questions, was she not reading newspapers? We have journalists claiming that they were the first to break their story on the same day that this happened. Now, if that is the openness with which this crisis has really panned out, it's unfortunate that the Congress president is actually feigning ignorance about how all these things happened. Then she says, nation needs assurance that status quo ante would be restored. What is the current status of Mountain Strike Corps? Opposition parties should be briefed regularly. Fine, opposition would obviously brief regularly. This is the beginning. The crisis is still going on. Remember, Doklam went on for 73 days, and Sonia Gandhi asking for a status quo ante. Should we go back to 1962 and 1959 and seek answers again as to whether status quo ante on Aksai Chin can be established, about which Home Minister has made a statement in Parliament, and there is a resolution of the Congress party government of Narasimha Rao, where the entire state of Jammu and Kashmir, including Aksai Chin, is an inalienable part of India. So is Sonia Gandhi asking for status quo ante from her own head?
Yes.
In terms of Akshay Chin also, can she clarify? So these are very important aspects so far as Congress party's position is concerned. But as I see it,
Abhishek,
all these statements that are coming out of this all-party briefing, I can say that the entire opposition, but for the Congress party and their ideological allies left, more or less everyone is on the same page with the government, and that they want to present a united picture and to send across a message to the world and specifically to China that entire India is one and the grassroots sentiment is against China.
Therefore, the Congress party needs to understand it's not the time to aid Chinese propaganda. Thank you, Abhishek, for getting us those inside details of the all-party meet.